Hello YouTube, this is the Lightsworn Joker here, and I'll be talking about my first segment of perfecting Lightsworn. For startups, this will be the first card we'll be talking about. Magical Merchant. Magical Merchant has been seeing a lot of play lately in Lightsworn, but it can only be good in certain builds. For instance, you will only choose to run Magical Merchants in a build that runs more monsters, due to its effect being making him a little inconsistent. Magical Merchant's effect is that when it's flipped, you can keep milling monsters from your deck until you hit a spell or a trap. Another flaw with Magical Merchant is if you are going to run him, you run your deck more spell-based as opposed to traps. For instance, if I flip him and mill 4 cards and hit a bottomless trap hole, that's not going to help so much. Because 1, it's going to make the deck more slow-paced, although the mill is positive. And 2, it's going to reveal to my opponent what I'm setting. The benefit of running him, though, is that the mass mill of monsters. He's good in builds, as I've said, that run many monsters and a good amount of spells. For instance, in my Lightsworn, I would choose not to run him due to I'm running 14 spells, meaning that I'll probably only mill 2 to 3 monsters, as opposed to Lightsworn, which runs almost 28 monsters on most builds, where he'd have more targets, as opposed to the normal 25 that's standard or less in Lightsworn. The benefits of Magical Merchant are the ability to acquire spells like Cold Wave and Set for Game. Another benefit of him is that he's light, so he's able to be recovered from Beckoning, which, if you are going to run Beckoning, at least he's another light. And out of the many variations that I would choose to run him in, I would choose to not run him in Hamster Sworn because it would give no benefits. I would choose to run him in regular Lightsworn nowadays because you're trying to mill as much as possible, and plus he'll allow you to get some of the key cards like Reincarnation, Charge, Recharge. He's good in Lightsworn for the fact that he can mill Values, Wolves, Gardna, Plague, another Dark for your Dark Arm. He's great in most builds, but some he lacks in. He's okay in Christia Sworn if you wish to go that route, but in Christia Sworn, I'll be discussing that later. You have to run it a little differently this format since Beckoning isn't as consistent anymore. Alright YouTube, thank you for watching my first segment on perfecting Lightsworn. Post your responses here on what you think about Magical Merchant and tell me your experiences with him. Alright, peace out YouTube.